So my name's Elizabeth Wood. I'm the executive director here at the Stonington Historical Society. I've worked here for about 12 years. I started out as just the editor of the newsletter and then took on development responsibilities and eventually became executive director here. My responsibilities are a little bit of everything. I wear many different hats. Right now, some of the things we're working on is the 4th of July Parade in Stonington Borough, which is a great community event that the Historical Society organizes. We're also putting together an exhibit on the formerly enslaved man Venture Smith in Stonington. That's an exhibit funded by the state of Connecticut. And we publish a newsletter quarterly, so that's also part of my work right now. You know, I was thinking about this. I don't remember actually how I met Robert Webb, but from the get-go we hit it off. And we have collaborated on a number of projects. We first worked together on an exhibit and a collecting day for letters from World War I. And Robert came with his crew and we set up stations where we scanned in photographs and letters from veterans from World War I. And he helped us collect it all into manageable pieces that we then shared with the donors, and they're part of our archive now. We've also Robert helped us put together, so we digitized 50 years of our newsletter. So the Historical Society's newsletter is something that it has a lot of content to it, a lot of history, and people really look forward to it. But it's been published for more than 50 years. So part of the 50th anniversary, we scanned all 50 years of the newsletters and we put them on a thumb drive that we then made available to members and the public. So that was another great project we did together. So most recently, I was part of Home Movie Day in Providence, Rhode Island, at the Rhode Island Historical Society, and Robert came and participated in that event as well. He brought a variety of equipment so that people could digitize their home movies that day, and he helped us project them as well. So it was a really fun community event, something that I hope to do here in Stonington as well. So it's a national event, Home Movie Day. That I had just recently learned about. So Robert has worked on this with Charter Oak and a number of other historical societies, I believe. So yeah, so I think it happens every October. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So we'll put it on his calendar. For the Stonington Historical Society, you are part of our community. I mean, you're here in town. We cross paths regularly, and we know a lot of the same people. And it's easy to refer Charter Oak to our members because you're right there. So, and you've been very accommodating to various requests from the Historical Society and been able to make some things happen. So there's a personal relationship there that and a level of comfort that I don't have with anyone else. So. Sure. Well, I would say you have an understanding and an appreciation for history and personal histories. You've taken great care of some of our members' collections, and you've been responsive and careful with those. So I think the wave of the future for historical societies and archives is digitization. I think digitization is making what was once sort of exclusive to people who had time to spend in archives and resources. We can now put those up on our website, and they are available for everyone to see. Photographs, manuscripts. It's about access to collections, I think, and digitizing those collections is so important. So it's really critical to the future, and it makes these wonderful historical resources available to so many students and teachers, academics, as well as professionals. So it's sharing those things that I know are so special, but many people have not had the experience of digging through the archives. So digitization is definitely the most important thing for historical societies. I'm in a master's program in American history. That quote about digitization came directly from one of my professors.
Oh,
it's changing everything for researchers. Like right now, there are projects that are crowdsourcing things like enslaved people's names and putting them all in one place, and we couldn't do that if it wasn't for digitization. I mean, it has relevance towards artifacts in our collections. I mean, I think of you guys especially for manuscripts scanning, but yeah, if there were a way to map out artifacts in 3 dimensions, that could be really useful to researchers as well as staff here as well. No, I think it would have applications and relevance for the museum, because the museum's really about 3-dimensional artifacts and reproducing those in ways that would preserve the originals, but also provide like hands-on sort of artifacts for children's activities. No, definitely has relevance for the future.